But what if I don't have the high credit score? I'm living paycheck to paycheck. Like I was comfortable 5 years ago,
Hmm.
but
Right.
with the rate of everything going up, with the cost of living, the food, all my money's going to bills. I don't have any money to invest in my future. What advice can you give to those brothers and sisters?
It's a black man Sunday. Time to put all childish things away. I refuse to be the man I was yesterday. Gotta put my best foot forward and elevate.
First thing, if you was doing a one-on-one with Meta Marvin, the first thing that I would tell someone that would say that to me, Corey, I would tell them to change their language. That's the first thing that I would tell them, because whatever you're saying, you believe that. I know what you're looking at, but the dynamics of Meta Marvin, Meta is beyond the physical. I have to see it the way I see it. I have to start saying it how I want it to show up. And if you don't start saying it that way, and I know you're saying it's sort of contradicting, like, Mark, look, I just said that this was going on, man. So how can I say that? Because one, you just got to be able to get into looking at how can I look at my situation, whether it be me getting a little bit more information about how I can change it, having the will to want to change it, and affirming to yourself that it will going to change. Um, like I said, it's not nothing that happens overnight, but I just tell people it has to start from somewhere, or if not, you're going to drown. You know what I'm saying? You can get around people that's positive, people that will pour into you. You know what I'm saying? Just like for me, how we met, Corey. I'm out here and I'm talking to Dr. Harris, and and then you heard what I was saying. But see, Corey, what I like about you, man, you put yourself around those type of people. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, if I can just hear something in the morning that inspire me. Now you got brothers like me, you got Mr. Harris. All it is a phone call. Hey Marv, hey man, I got a question, man. Listen, you said about the credit thing. So, but you putting yourself out there, you got a podcast. So you doing those things to change. All you got to do is start aligning it, or whoever, and start moving your feet. I mean, I know it sounds like you got to have money to start changing things, but you don't. You got to start changing things about who you picking up the phone with, who you're talking to, your mindset, what you're reading, um, because it's really an inside out job. I'm gonna tell you something about this, Corey. I've been around this whole thing, man, making millions and being, and again, I'm saying this, guys. I come from nothing. That's that wisdom foundation. I come from my mom. My testimonies is, it wasn't always like this, man. But when you start engaging into, not like you're waking up in the morning and say, okay, I'm going to go make money. When you look at it, say, who can I serve today? Just that gratitude, that humility, you'll start seeing people start looking at you differently. You'll start hearing people, you'll be like, what the hell, man, I was, I'm behind, man. This dude just came by and was like, hey, man, hey, Corey, I have this thing, man. I need you to come and use your your media services. Just things will show up, man. And it's I have a curriculum that I show people from step to step to step how they can really change their lives. Even with Dr. Harris, he's got those 12 principles. I would definitely tell people, I mean, Dr. Harris ain't no joke. He's saying the same thing that I'm saying, but he's just saying it in a different way. Because we're two different people. Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's awesome, man. And what about for business owners that they're in an established business, but they may say, hey, I feel like I'm spending more than I'm making. And they feel a little, their confidence is what is withering. They're kind of like, should I keep this going?
Yeah.
Should I go back to work? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
I say stay in the game as long as you can, man. Like I said, try not to go out there and use your money. For one, don't exhaust your money. Don't like quit your job altogether. I mean, I did it, but one thing about my story. When I put my resignation in, Corey, they was about to fire me. When I talked about that Obama trip that I had, see, I'd already facilitated Wilson Secret Travels before I quit the VA. I had like 20, 30 people coming into the hospital trying, hey, is anybody, it's a guy here that works and is doing a trip up to DC. I was already moving my feet. So I had outgrew my place, Corey. You know what I'm saying? So when I resigned February, it was on a good tenure, whatever. But so you got to whittle it little bit by little bit. But for the business, and I say this, man, I'm different. I know that everybody's not here to be built to be a business owner, but I would definitely challenge people to look at something that you like, man. I'm just pro entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people, like just like what Corey doing right now, got probably one of the best jobs you could ever have. I mean, look at where he works at. But on the side, he still has the skill set that he could put in a business model, and he could do what he do for the same thing he do for them people, he could be doing for other people. He can. You see what I'm saying? But he got to put it in a sense of, hey man, I need to sharpen this up. I need to maybe get a landing page. I need to get sure of telling people what I can do for them. And, you know, and it'll work that way. If I'm saying if that's something that he wanted to do, right? So when I'm talking, my class is a little critical, Corey. When I'm talking to people, I say, well, okay, man, when you're talking about you make, you know, you get paid weekly. Well, you know, my Meta Marvin, one thing about me is what this, and this is just me, and I put this all to all, especially my brothers out there. Hey, look, man, can somebody really tell you how much money you're gonna make every 2 weeks? Can't nobody tell me that. You gonna tell me I'm making $1,000 a week? You can't tell me that, bro. You know what I'm saying? I say how much I'm gonna make every week. I ain't one of those. And you shouldn't either, right? And I say that respectfully because I'm trying to guide people on if they can really not say be confident, but be bold. And you would almost basically get out of this self-sabotage mindset that people is telling you. Like I tell people, man, you say you get paid every week. Is that WEEK or is that WEAK? Because that, for me, again, not trying to be cocky, not trying to be none of that, but our community got to get our power back. And the only way that you're going to be able to control that narrative is get your own business. You see what I'm saying? Because that means somebody telling you what they going to do for you every 2 weeks. And then if something goes bad with them, then you got to go somewhere else, or they don't like you, you got to go somewhere else. It's too many. I ain't with that. So again, I'm not talking in a way of people that's out there to have wonderful, fantastic jobs. But what I am saying, in addition to, please try to find something out there that you can control your own narrative. That's all I'm saying, Corey. You see what I'm saying? You know, get around people that has a little bit more knowledge than you, and see how you can put a business model out there. Then you can be able to give that to your kids. Because you can't give your job to your kids, man. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna have to go to school to work for somebody else. And again, it could be the man, it might be the woman, it might be your wife, the ones that have the business. Whatever it is, as long as it's coming out of that household, it should be something. When it comes to your taxes, when it comes so many write-offs, man. I love going out to eat. Every time I go out to eat, it's a write-off. Every time I travel, it's a write-off. Every time if I want to talk to Corey, if I go down there to, you know, hang out with Corey in Florida, I'm gonna take him out to grab him a bite. It's a write-off. When me and Corey see each other, we're gonna eat good. You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
but it comes from me, Corey, because I came from Wisdom Foundation, man. I teach self-esteem and self-empowerment. And I talk about mindset. And it's tough because a lot of people don't want to look at it because it sounds like you're bragging, it sounds like you're expounding and all this fluff. But we got to get ready for this, man. There's a change happening in this world. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't get engaged, I'll put it this way. If you're going to put me in the game, I at least need to know the rules, right? You see what I'm saying? Because this is the thing. I talked to this other brother. I said, hey, man, I see Marvin. So you don't go to church and stuff like that. I say, yeah, man. See, I go to church. I go to my spiritual center too. But the church is in me. I say, listen, I'm gonna tell you something. Let me ask you something. They said it's a respective persons, right? I say, so let me ask you this from my perspective. If Corey was the biggest bank robber, thief, killer, right? Out there. Marvin is supposedly holy out thou, preacher, whatever that is. But if me and Corey go up to the top of, which is high, the Bank of America building downtown Charlotte, and we both jump off, we both gonna hit the ground. I don't care if he good, I'm bad. That's just the laws of gravity. See, some things in here, guys, it ain't gonna change. You see what I'm saying? Don't matter how you look at it, good or bad, right? You see what I'm saying? So we got to start looking at really what works. Muhammad Ali said, hey, man, I'm going to tell y'all something. And this is when he told him, hey, yeah, y'all take me to jail. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going over to fight no man's war. And it woke me up because I had already went into the military. But when I started waking up in my consciousness, I started listening to the people that started saying, I'm the greatest. I said, I got you, bro. He said, I'm going to tell y'all something. This is what they doing to you. They telling you if you're bad, you're going down in the ground. And they telling you if you act good, you're going up in the sky. But guess what? They getting every damn thing in the middle. You see what I'm saying? That shit hit me, Corey. I said, what? See, y'all waiting for something to happen. And they making it happen now in the essence and likeness of God right here, right now consciousness. You understand? And we back here watching popcorn. We watching the movie, and they the one creating the movies. You know, we're the one in the spectators watching the football games. They the one own the football games. That's why when I got in ticketing, Corey, I told them, I said, listen, I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. This is how I'm thinking right now. This is Meta Marvin. As many shows and many concerts and many shows I done been through, I said, I'm gonna tell you something. How many of these big shows and concert buildings can you walk into and your money gonna get you in that building? What you mean? I said, so when you walked and say if you didn't buy online, if you walk to a building right now, you wanted to go see Bruno Mars or one of your favorite, whatever, your money ain't no good till you turn it into a ticket. You understand? So that was me. Money ain't no good. I could put Young Jeezy on a ticket for less than a penny and sell it for $70, $80 a pop. That's currency. You see what I'm saying? So how are we really looking at this thing, man? You know what I'm saying? And it goes right over our heads, Corey, because ain't nobody looking at it like that. Man, I buy a ticket, so what? Okay, buy the ticket. But what about that ticket? You had to pay your money and put your card and pay for that ticket. And if you don't get the ticket, you don't get in the show. Am I right, Corey? Right? You see what I'm saying? But that gray area is what we don't look at. Wow. When Ticketmaster charging you $15, $20, they charging you $20 on a $40 ticket. You see what I'm saying? So I just think differently, Corey, on things like that, man. My mind is always, I challenge people because I challenge myself. And I used to hold back and I'd be like, man, nah, Mark, people don't want to be around you because you always talking. I said, I can't bring, and Dr. Harris said, Marvin, no, that's what we need. We need people to open up our minds, man, because we thinking too small. You understand? You see, because if you say you thinking that way, that might help somebody else to start saying, you know what, when I go to my job, I might start thinking outside the box myself. Now, I'm not telling y'all guys to go out there and be crazy, but I'm saying there's opportunities around you every day. You don't see yourself in those opportunities. That's one. And we just got to understand that, man. So I would definitely say, you know, Corey, just when it comes down to the business right now, if you can get some things online, media, e-commerce, transportation is I don't think it's ever going to go anywhere, but you got to control that narrative too and make sure you don't get in a pickle of, you got to get more into ownership. If you're going to get an 18-wheeler, you're going to get a truck, own it. I got banks right now. If Corey right now had a trucking company and say if he could move any freight, or he needed some money and he should say, hey, Marv, you know what, man, I'm about to get out of this business. Do you know if you own your truck, you know you can use that truck for collateral. As long as that truck is not beyond 6 years old, if he had a Peterbilt truck for 120,000, do you know that we would give him almost like a line of credit or like we do like a mortgage line, a LOC? He would be able to get out of that $120,000 truck. And if he owned that truck, we'll be able to facilitate him 80% of what that truck owns. That's in the fintech world. That banks won't do that. In my banks, they will. Because we do common sense underwriting. Meaning, Corey, what do you own? Well, Marvin, man, I got an 18-wheeler, man, over my uncle's house, man. I got a piece of land I own up in South Carolina. Oh, okay, then. You own that? Well, you do got some money. You know what I mean? You don't have to use it and get yourself out of that. But that's just some ideas, Corey, that I want to be able to share on your show. And for me, it's just all about how we thinking. If it's anything that's coming out of from me today that anybody either can pick up or whether you agree or disagree. But I would try to tell people, man, just, stay vast into learning, reading, and understanding really what's going on. Don't be in this autopilot life. Oh, I get up at 8 o'clock. Oh, I go to work. Oh, I get off at 5 o'clock. Well, I mean, that could be true. But what else are you doing to make something pop out here? Are you giving a little hour? You going to a school? I'm in class now. I got class tomorrow. You understand? So I'm still learning. I got to control my mind, man. Look, when I came out the military, Corey, they told me, oh, Marvin, they tried to tell me, oh man, we're gonna put you on these pills, you PTSD, you what was that, PSD, you got anxiety. I think that you're not talking as much, you depressed, Man, I listened to him. I said, okay, that's cool. So what I did, Corey, up until I've been out of the military since, was that 98? It's 2024. I just now get my disability 2 years ago. I wouldn't accept that. Now, I wouldn't got that check now. Don't get it twisted. I did. But you can't tell me, and I did. I've seen a lot, Corey. I've seen people walking, like I said, I've seen a lot, brother, but it's just how people show up, man. It's what you have to accept things. A lot of brothers went out there, they got on that strong medication, Corey, and they sold their soul, man. Now they looking old, they slurring at their mouth, they looking like old men. You understand? That's why you have to be careful, man, when you the exchange of what you doing money for. Because you think they're gonna give you that, do you think they're gonna give you that $3,000-4,000 and you ain't taking that medication? And that medication is not always the best medication for you to be getting better at that. It turns you into, I'll tell you, man, there's a lot of brothers that I went to, I look at them now, man, they don't even know who the hell I am, man, but I'm doing it from a holistic perspective. I take supplements, I exercise, and I still get my stuff. So I just telling people, man, let's be victors, man, and let's not be victim.
Yeah, we really appreciate your time and just the information you dropping. And this was one thing you said, like when you have a business, use other people's money, don't use yours. I wholeheartedly agree.
Yeah, absolutely, man. That's the way it's built out here. That's the way it's set up that way. Yeah, and I mean, I'm gonna tell you something about that business side too, man. You'll never hear about credit debt ratio on business. There is no such thing. When people are like, oh man, you in debt on the personal side. I got a lot of people in debt still can get money in business all day. There is no, because you in business, they think you're supposed to be making millions. So $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, that ain't debt on the business side, but get $20,000, $30,000 in debt on the personal side. See if you can go out there and get anything. So business has a whole different agenda to go out there to make millions, opposed to going out here and making thousands. I mean, one brother help another, man. I don't know it all. I can learn something from Ed, I've already learned some stuff from Corey. So I just know what I know. And I've had to use what I know to help my life. So my life now with my Wisdom Foundation, with my nonprofit, is going out there. I'm talking to churches, I'm talking to organizations, and I'm showing them how they need to start advocating their children, how they need to start talking to their children, and start how we need to start collectively learning how to trust one another. You know what I'm saying? Rhea right now, me, Ed, Gary, and Corey right now, we can all get in a truck right now and go through any neighborhood. I guarantee you. And I don't even know your guys' personal situation. But if we wanted to go and get a $300,000 or $400,000 house, we all, and I'm saying it might have to be a little bit of razzle dazzle. We might have to get some stuff done with the taxes because you got to show stuff like that. But what I'm collectively saying, why aren't we going out buying real estate? If Corey wanted to go get some more real estate, why he can't go get a bit? Why can't he go get a house with Ed? I mean, Corey probably doing it with his wife. Why he can't go one with Gary? Or why he can't do one with me? You know what I'm saying? So if Corey wouldn't qualify, he probably would qualify if he do it with Ed and do it with Marvin, right? Sell the home 3 ways, 100 grand, 200 grand. We ain't moving like that because we all thinking that, oh, that's for him. Oh man, I don't know. And now again, it's all about relationships. But even as a collective family, if you have someone that mirrors that type of, mindset, that's people that's in your family, I would definitely start talking about collaborating a lot more so we could have more, guys.
You know what? You
You
bring
can't
up
do
a
all
good
this stuff
point.
alone.
Yeah, no, you bring up a good point because here's what I hear a lot. Collaborating sounds cool. I've known him for a lot of years, but I'm not in his pockets like that. I'm nervous if we go buy a house. What if he don't pay the taxes? What if he don't pay the mortgage? It falls on me. So I'm hearing that a lot with, okay, collaboration sounds cool, but how do I know that from a financial point of view, he's going to be able or want to invest in this property with me, even though we've signed it, but now I'm paying for everything. And I hear that a lot in the Black community.
Yeah. Well, go in as a business, so it ain't gonna hurt you personally. That's one. If me and you do something, Corey, we ain't going in with Marvin. We're going in as a business, right? When you buy a home or you buy collective real estate in a business, this is the only hang up with most people. The reason why a lot of people don't buy in their business name, because Corey, you got to put 20% down on the home. Who has that? But as a group collectively, we would. Now, if something go belly up or something go wrong, one, there's something called an operations agreement. Operations agreement pretty much stem nails how the business is structured, who's going to be accountable, and what happens if something would go wrong. Okay. Secondly, this is going to be on the business. So at the end of the day, is nobody going to get hurt because what's on this business is not on Ed, it's not on Marvin. So if something happens, it's the business, not us. 2 different entities. You know what I'm saying? So when I say that about, that fear factor of the more you know, the more you can do, because you like what Corey bringing to me, that's an easy fix. Oh, okay. Oh, well, let's go get this paperwork. We're gonna sign this. Ain't nothing happening to my man Corey. Ain't nothing gonna happen to me. Here, Corey, look, we're gonna get this LLC. We're gonna incorporate this thing. We're gonna get, and we're gonna structure it to a way, again, way in, way out. But by the time we even thinking about going in and thinking about taxes, because I wouldn't want to get into a building. I wouldn't want to go in a home. If me, Corey, Gary, and Ed went and got a home next week, why would we want to go get a home and sit on a home for 20 years? We're going to get in a home. We're going to buy that home because we know that home is about to get flipped. We're going to get in and we're going to get out, right? I say maybe 3, 4, 5 months, period. We out. But we needed that buying power, right? To get the home. I'm just saying 150,000. We put money into it. Now that house is not 150,000. That house is worth 350,000. So now collectively we got 200 grand amongst us. Take that money. Hey Corey, I seen another spot up the street. You want to do it again? Oh no, let me call Ed. Ed, we still can facilitate something. Yeah, man, I'm still good over here. Yeah, we sure can. So that, earning, just paperwork structure, I guess that I'm saying, Corey, and just being able to look at things, when you got someone informed and you know what you're doing, it's not as much fear. And I know a lot of people talk about that, you know, but it's getting done every day, man. It's a lot of stuff like that gets done on an everyday basis. And you know, I think that we can get a lot farther, man, once we start growing and learning.
Yeah, man, and that's why I created this podcast, trying to grow and learn, get some
Yeah.
business techniques. So for new business owners or people that are saying, okay, I want to set up a business. I have a name. What steps should they get an LLC first? Should they get an INC? Like,
Yeah.
what steps should they take and in what order should they set up their business? And then, secondly, because you mentioned it earlier when you're talking about, use your business credit, not your personal. But if you're a new business, like you said, they're going to look at your personal first. So you're not really. So I guess on the back end of that is like some good ways to build business credit if you're a new business, like fresh
Sure.
out, you fresh off the slab.
Yeah, right, right. Well, good question. Well, I guess the first question that you asked was, well, first you want to make sure that it's called, I can't think of the words identically, but if you look up NAIC code, NAIC, NAIC code is a category that your business is categorized in. Every bank has it. They're going to want to know what type of business that you're creating. So when you come up with a name, you got to make sure that that name is sort of speaks volume. Like one of my companies called Paradigm Financial, right? You want to get away from consulting. Consulting is not good right now. Everybody consulting what? Because they don't really know where to put you. You know what I'm saying? And then they wind up denying you. Find that niche. If he's into media technology, you know what I'm saying? They need to identify what you're into, right? So you would get the name, definitely get the name of the business, go apply for the business, make sure nobody's took that name. Then you want to make sure that, since depends on what type of business structure, does it need to be an LLC? Does it need to be a C corp? Does it need to be an S corp based on tax exemptions and things like that? Or how you're going to move? You're going to be in home with the office, or you're going to brick and mortar? How you going to do it? So, but once you get the EIN, you get the name for the business. You understand? Then from there, you want to go out and venture and see. And I tell people, when you get a business, I should tell people this. Don't just go Bank of America. I would say definitely go to a bank or whatever. I mean, there's a good ones out there, the major banks collectively, if you need to do business and a lot of engage with a lot of things. But I also tell business owners to also have a credit union in place. You know what I'm saying? So have a credit union. So you can go open up as many accounts as you want, but when you do it, open up one in a credit union and definitely go one at a major bank. That's would be the role model of that. So going forward, business credit. Business credit it's pretty much the essence of the business. A lot of people have to look at, okay, I'll open up a business. Okay. So when Corey when Corey calls, he calls on his phone, right? Is that phone in Corey's business name or is it in his personal name? He's using it every day, right? You know, even if he got his wife and kids and everybody on the phone, it needs to be under his business so he can get credit for his business, right? So what is he paying monthly to run his website? What is he paying on a monthly to keep his business going? Is it a printer involved? Is it has he, what does he have? And the thing is, we call it tier 1 business credit. What are the certain things you just need to do personally just to get a score? Like you can go to a Sam's Club, you can go get, maybe like you said, your phone. There's a lot of different Quill, a lot of different things like that you need to cut. So you got to build your credit. It's almost like you're telling a 16-year-old to go out there just because he got a license to go out there and go get a car. Well, how can he go get a car and he ain't got no credit? You know what I'm saying? He ain't even went, you know what I'm saying? So what that 16-year-old need to do, he need to go get a gold chain, pay on it for a couple, he need to build his credit, right? There's also secured cards that you can go out there, and the secured cards even on the business side too, that you can go out there. Definitely if you're in business credit, guys, look at online, look at Credit Strong. It's a business called Credit Strong. Very, very, very valuable for the business credit side. But what you want to do is you want to get the business credit set up, Corey, that just like with me, I had built this business up for like 3 to 4 years, one of my businesses. So then when I went and got a vehicle, the vehicle was like almost $120,000. So when they looked at my business credit, I had my office on there. I had my Toshiba printers on there. I had my laptops on there. I had money going through the bank. So when I told them to facilitate this only on my business, now, like I told them, this is the trick. And they say, well, Marvin, why you say business credit, man? When I went in there, when I went to the car dealership, they still looked at my personal credit. I said, yeah, you're right. Tell you something. Ain't nobody gonna give you no nothing for no $150,000, $200,000. They still want to know who you are, but it's a difference. They didn't pull your credit. They looked at it. Oh, okay, Corey. You see what I'm saying? So those gray areas. Now, every time that I pay on the vehicle, this money going on the business. When I get that mail for my car, my name ain't even on it. It's Universal Command Go. It's not even in my name, period. But you got to build it up first. Like if Corey would want to go get a car right now, he couldn't just put it in his business because his business can't show nobody nothing. He can't reference nothing. He ain't paid nobody yet, right? So you need to at least get 7 trade lines on your business, 7. And then I would say usually between like 6 to 8 months collectively, if you paid in increasing amounts, pays an increasing amount. Another way you can build business credit is with your business credit cards. Like I said, with that 800 credit score, 700 credit, good personal credit, you're going to apply for a business credit card with your personal credit, but they're going to put it in your business name, right? You see how that bridge go? I use my personal credit to get a business credit card. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
But you
yeah.
you just gotta know what business credit cards, because sometimes some of these business credit cards also report to your personal, and you don't want that. But I got a whole curriculum on that, guys. So definitely, man, if y'all guys go to funding-credit.com or hit me up, and Corey, definitely he knows how to get in contact. I love this stuff, but I'm all about teaching and helping people, man, and collectively, showing us how to, go out here and, live the life that we feel that we supposed to have. But everybody just needs somebody, to learn from. I did. I'm still learning from people. I got 3 mentors in my life right now. So that's what it takes, man.
Yeah, that's what we talking about, man.
Yeah.
And my final question for you, the hard question now. Are you enjoying yourself on Black Men Sundays, brother?
I am. I really, really, really am, man. Corey, it was really good, man. I went to my spiritual center this morning and I said, yeah, I'm gonna be on a podcast. And a couple of people was asking me like, yo, Black Man Sunday. I said, yeah, I said, I don't know if it's gonna be, I didn't really, I said, I don't know if it's gonna be live or recorded, but you can check him out. So, but yeah, man, I appreciate what you're doing out here, man. And, I really enjoyed being on here and, and just, collectively, man, if I can help anybody, I will. Yeah, I'm having a ball.
Definitely, man. And you said that book. Let me see that book again. Your book that you wrote, and how can we get a copy of it?
Oh, yeah. You can go to Amazon. It's called Passion for Freedom. Yeah, you go right to Amazon. It's Meta Marvin, aka Meta Marvin, Passion for Freedom. It talks, talking about, how I came up, how I was raised and what I went through. And a lot of the stuff that I talked about with you on the show, some of it is in here. But yeah, you get to learn a little bit more about me in here, man. It gets a little deep though.
Definitely. Yeah, man. Well, hey, Marvin Wilson, man, aka Meta Marvin, man. Thanks for coming on Black Men Sundays. Thank you for your time. And I know we're gonna stay in connection, brother. Peace.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I always, man. Looking forward to coming down there, guys. And appreciate it, Ed. Thanks, Gary and Ed. And look forward to hopefully meeting you guys one day. And I want to put this out there, guys. If y'all are part of any organizations, because I'm committing this year to be to talk to organizations and helping people. So if any of you guys are connected to, a group of people that's, that might need this information, whether it be financial or empowerment, definitely hit me up, man. I'm ready to hit the road and
It's a black man Sunday.